So now we're subtracting fractions with different denominators. But here, the larger denominator is not a multiple of the smaller denominator. So that means that we need to find equivalent fractions for both fractions. So first, we have 5/6 minus 1/8. So to subtract fractions, we need the denominators to be the same. So we need a number that's in both the 6 and the 8 times table. Now the lowest common multiple of 6 and 8 is 24. So we can find equivalent fractions for 5/6 and 1/8, which have a denominator of 24. But we could use any common multiple of these numbers, so we'd still get the right answer if we used 48 or any other common multiple of 6 and 8. Now, to find equivalent fractions, we use multiplication. 6 times 4 is 24, so we do the same to the numerator, and 5 times 4 is 20. 8 times 3 is 24, and 1 times 3 is 3. So now we can rewrite our question. Instead of 5/6, we can write 20 over 24 because that's equivalent, it's the same size. And instead of 1/8, we can subtract 3 over 24. Now we have fractions with a common denominator. So the denominator stays the same in our answer, and 20 minus 3 is 17. So our answer is 17 over 24. Now we have 3/4 minus 2/3. But 4 isn't in the 3 times table, so we need to find two equivalent fractions. We need to find equivalent fractions with a common multiple of 4 and 3. Now 12 is in both the 4 and the 3 times tables, so we can find equivalent fractions to 3/4 and 2/3, which have a denominator of 12. 4 times 3 is 12, and 3 times 3 is 9, 3 times 4 is 12, and 2 times 4 is 8. So we can rewrite our question. Instead of 3/4, we can write 9/12, and instead of subtracting 2/3, we can subtract 8/12. So now we have a common denominator. So the denominator stays the same, and 9 minus 8 is 1. So our answer is 1/12. Now let's show fraction bars to see what we did here. For this first question, we started with 5/6, but we saw that 5/6 is the same as 20 over 24. Now we were subtracting 1/8, but we saw that 1/8 was the same as 3 over 24. So if we subtract 3 of these pieces, we can see if we turn our fraction bar into eighths, that 3 over 24 is the same as 1/8, but that leaves us with 17 of these 24ths, so 17 over 24 as our answer. Then, for this question, we started with 3/4, but we saw that 3/4 is the same as 9/12. We wanted to subtract 2/3, but 2/3 is the same as 8/12. So if we colour 8 of these 12ths in yellow and change the fraction bar to show thirds, we can see that 2/3 is the same as 8/12. But that leaves us with just the 1/12 left in blue as our answer.